From the files of Be Careful Before You Jump to a Conclusion, we have the weekend of Sean Waltman, aka X Pac, from back in the WWF days. He was scheduled to be in England for a wrestling event over the weekend, didn't show up, wasn't able to be reached by the promoters, so there was concern over his whereabouts. There was concern whether he had some drug-related issue, people saying he's just an irresponsible person, and the story came out that he was arrested in LA. He was trying to board a plane to England from LAX and got stopped by Customs and Border Patrol. Because of his past history, he is automatically going to be searched whenever taking an international flight out of the U.S. And so Customs and Border Patrol arrested him because it was said that he had some THC electronic cigarettes, that he had some marijuana chocolate bars, and that he had more than 30 pills of what they felt was meth, along with $700 in cash. The pills that they said were methamphetamine, along with the $700 cash US, caused him to say that he had the intention of selling drugs in England, and why he was arrested. The story from there goes that he got bailed out for $35,000, I believe, was the bill. The thing people need to keep in mind, if he was really intending to sell drugs internationally, he more than likely would not have gotten bail. And if he would have gotten bail, it would have been a lot higher than that for international drug smuggling. Sean Waltman has proclaimed his innocence. He says he has submitted hair sample. The pills have to be tested. He's saying that he has a yeast infection and that the pills were for that, and that the toxicology report will prove that. So time will tell. The marijuana the marijuana stuff, he hasn't seemed to deny it yet, but he will, as he said, talk about it on his podcast coming up later today. So sometime this week it'll be posted and he'll give his side of the story. But yesterday, when the report came out that he was arrested for meth, marijuana, and intention to distribute, a lot of people said it didn't look good, looked like he was going to be in prison. But if it turns out he did have a yeast infection, and it turns out that he did have those pills because they are to treat that, then it's an entirely different situation. The felony part of that case would more than likely get dropped, and they would try to plea bargain out. The thing people also need to keep in mind with stories like this is that a lot of times it's too expensive to try people in court. It costs everybody a ton of money and a ton of time. So to get around that, a lot of times people, when they're arrested, will have a ton of charges put against them to try to scare them into plea bargaining. You plea bargain to a lesser charge, saves the court time, DA doesn't lose a case, so everything's good from their point of view. So you just need to keep that in mind with a lot of these arrests that are happening. As I said, time is going to tell whether he's telling the truth or not. We'll see, but just be careful before jumping to conclusions because of a media report, because until the facts come out, you don't know the story. And just keep in mind, whether he's guilty or not, just always treat people the way you want to be treated. Innocent until proven guilty. Talk to you later. Goodbye.